Hello, I am going to show you how to make eye color out of a material so that you can have a dynamic color changing iris. Snapchat right now, Lens Studio only has the static eye color that you can either change its color, which is okay, but it doesn't have a pupil, so it looks really weird, or you can use a texture, which is alright. You can get a lot out of that, but I want to use a procedurally generated texture material. So first I will show you how to set that up, and then I will show you all the different like things you can do to make it look interesting. So to set that up, you will want to create, you can actually do this in one material, but I do it in two just to keep my materials a little nicer. So two materials, you could call one iris and another pupil, and you can use whatever naming convention you normally use. And you will want a screen image. If you do that, it'll set up the ortho camera for you. You will want another one. Hold on. Second screen image in there. Put in iris in the first one and pupil in the second one. And you can't see anything right now, but it will fix itself shortly. In iris, you will want to grab, three color gradients in radial gradients. Keyboard shortcut is Control D to duplicate a node. You'll want multiply and construct vector. Construct vector, go into select 3, so it'll be RGB, and then your alpha texture will go at the bottom. Multiply these nodes here, connect it to this to the colors, and then connect this one to your alpha, and that you can see how you get the circular shape. If you see there, you get that. Then for this one, just start setting it up. You go into the color, and you will want the top one to be white and the bottom to be black. Important to change this to normal so that you get the alpha. My bad. This one you will want to be white and like off-white depending on how you want it to look, but I have them both at white for now. This one you will want this to be your main color, and you will want your second to be black. Believe that is right. Okay. And then you want, for the top one, we'll go top bottom this time. For the numbers you want in them, you will go inner radius, you will want to be 0.25, softness to be 0.5, the middle one you'll want 0.85 and 0.5, and then this one you will want to be 0.79 and then 0.05. And you can see how it gets that nice gradient with the dark circle around the edges and the bright circle in the middle. So that is for that one. For pupil, it is almost simpler. It turn this back on. Construct vector again. Same setup for it. You want RGB to go into one and the alpha to go into the other. Another radial gradient into there, and then for this one you'll want just a color parameter. You don't necessarily need it, but if you want to be more flexible, you can add it. in there. Make sure it, again, it is on normal so you get that. This one is white and black, and custom color is black. And the radius is 0.44 and 0.5. And of course, with just all of these, you can totally mess around and change it however you want. It's totally easy. Okay, so you see how we have the eye set up. It's nothing fancy right now. I will show you how to create more interesting textures with animations and stuff like that after we get this set up. Once you have those set up, you can click on your render target, duplicate, rename it to eye texture, go into the orthographic camera, and then drag this over to render target. It's gone now, but if you come over here, you can put it into here and make sure you have that not checked, rotation enabled, make sure that's off, and then you can see that you have the texture that you just made in the eye. It's cool. Okay, so one of my lenses, we have the cotton candy eye. It's blue and pink swirls, which is really cool. So I'm going to show you how to make something like that. We'll get a new material, copy this, paste it in here, and connect it up. We will only be dealing with the middle one, so drag that out. And then we're going to create a wave texture. Wave textures are super useful. Start out with subgraph. In Blender they come in automatically, but in Lens Studio we have to make it ourselves, which isn't too bad. First we will start with a float import. We'll need a few, so you can copy a couple. Should be, we might need one more, but I'll get that later. This will go into elapsed time. If I could spell, that'd be great. This will be time. So it'll be our time multiplier. Time will go into a construct vector. Oh, make sure you don't actually, I'm not sure if you have to do this, but it keeps it a lot cleaner. So change that to X. All of these should be X except for one. Construct vector will be only two it'll be an XY vector, so just do that, and then Y should stay 0. Bring that into an add node, and then because it is in ortho and is 2D, we want the screen UV texture or UV coordinates. Good rule of thumb is if it's 2D, you want the screen coordinates instead of UV, like object UV. I'm not, Snapchat might do it automatically for you, but I assume it does, so you can use UV. And then this will go into rotate coordinates. Grab these. Going to use them. One will be our rotation, so it can go X again, rotation, drag that into the middle one there. To get that, we want to go add and multiply. Take this one, go X, and this will be multiply. So it will be how many waves there are. And then this one will be triplanar noise. This goes into scale, and this should be X as well, and this will be distortion. And then once you do that, you use a sine function and multiply it by color. Color is RGB. Color. And then export. I put this in a subgraph because it's actually really, really useful, and sometimes I use it multiple times per project or even within the same shader. Snapchat, if you see this video, I'm begging you, please add a personal subgraph library so you can go back and save it locally and then use it in different projects. Same with asset library. If you could have a local personal asset library, that'd be amazing. Okay, enough on that. Now we need to hook it up, so we'll do float parameter. We need quite a few of these, 4, and then one color. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Time, rotation, multiply, distortion. Time, and then you want to enable min and max, so you have the nice slider. It should probably be about max is 4. You can go higher, but it gets a little fast. Rotation, max would be 360. And then I like to go by increments of 15. Multiply, which is how many waves you want. So I think I used 75 last time, but you can go more. Distortion. And then distortion you actually want to keep pretty small, so I go like -2 to 2. So that should be good. What I like to do when working on these is put this back on the render target so that I can see it, how I'm working, and then we will change this to rename iris to normal. So we can change that, and that didn't really, oh, I forgot to add the color. Color parameter. And that isn't all, but I just wanted to show you that you can see sort of a wave there beginning to form. Once you do that, you will want to get another construct vector, and it will be another alpha one. This is kind of a roundabout method for what I want to do, so some things don't work exactly how I want, and I was kind of tired while I'm designing this, so if someone has a better method for no. Yeah, make sure that's XYZ or RGB. Either one's fine, but it needs to be 3. Yeah, 3. And then this will go into the value, and this will be a color parameter. Anyway, yeah, so I made this math the shader stuff while I was pretty tired, so it's not perfect, and I know there's a more efficient and better way to do this, but that's what I have for now. Yeah, and then we want to go into get a blend node. This will actually go into color, and we will get another color parameter. This will be base color. This one should stay white, and maybe, yeah, no, and then this one should be wave color. So as you can see, we do that, we get the color showing, and we get the second color over here. The colors may not line up perfectly, but it should be good, and then we get that, and wow, look at the cool like designs and patterns you can get. And then to make it move, you add the time to it, and the distortion will change too. It looks kind of cool, like a lava lamp, or I don't know, just disco, and I really like that effect. So cotton candy was pink. It looks kind of like that. And then we can put this back into our eye texture, and you can see that the pinks are coming through there. Another thing that I will do sometimes to make it look better will be add an overlay of an eye that I've already drawn. It gives it some of the more like depth and details that an eye would normally have, and so you want this one to I usually use like overlay to give it, to make sure that the small details come through but the color is not too overpowering. And then you can like just check with the alpha to see what you want. You can do stuff like hue, and it gets really weird, but overlay is usually the best one to go with. And so that's how you make these cool wave textures, and you can totally change it. It gets really different, like with different distortions and multipliers. Like you can make it really wavy, and it's fun. Other things you can do are get some materials from the library. Like we can try crystal material. I know Inez has some really awesome materials, so we'll get those as well. What else is in here? Well, we'll just work with those for now. You can see these materials, so anyway, so if you want to do the crystal, all you have to do is find the shader node, grab these nodes that I made in the first one, paste them in, connect this into this one. I know we don't have lighting and stuff because it's a post effect, but it will work regardless. And then you can see the crystal. Let me see. That's pretty neat. Fill. Yeah. This is materials. You just want to go into the iris, and then you just want to drop them in instead. And most of them are on like alpha coverage, and you want to make sure they're on normal, or you could try something like hard glow, and that'll give it different looks. It won't have the same shading that the ones we made will, because we added that in ourselves, but you can still check it out and see if you like the look. The same goes for any other material you make. You can either put in the shading nodes, or you can just put it in yourself and just see how it looks. That is it. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. My Snapchat is Miss Silver with 5 S's, and I hope you have a great day and make something awesome.